Good morning, all, a respected speaker, dear faculty members, and dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all in the second half of day 3 of our 7-day faculty development program on strengthening academic excellence faculty development program for the outcome-based new B.Pharm syllabus. Now it gives me immense pleasure to introduce and welcome our today's session, a distinguished person, Professor Shah Alam Khan. Sir, we are deeply honored to have you with us, and we look forward to gain deep insights from your expertise. Professor Shah Alam Khan is from the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, College of Pharmacy, National University, Muscat, Oman. Today he will deliver on the topic from content to competence, transforming teaching and assessment for outcome-based new form curriculum. Professor Salam Khan is currently serving as professor and head of the Department Pharmaceutical Medicine Chemistry at College of Pharmacy, National University of Science and Technology, Muscat, Oman, in academic participants with West Virginia University, USA. He obtained his PhD from Jamia Hamdard University, New Delhi, India, back in 2003 for his research work on Silbum varianum, silimarine, and its synthetic analog in HEPA protection. He is a recipient of UGC RF, GATE qualified, and CSI SRF. Professor Khan has made contribution to pharmaceutical sciences with over 200 research publications in SCI, WS, IS, and journals, 19 plus book chapters with top publishers like Elsevier, CRC Press, Springer Nature, Nova, etc. He has edited book on drug repurposing, Nova Publishers USA, 2 Australian patents, and a Indian copyright. He has 17 funded research projects, over 11,700 Google Scholar citation. He has given lectures as an invited speaker at many national and international conferences. He has served as associate editor as well as editorial board member for many international journals with high impact factors. He made more than 50 undergraduate and postgraduate research projects, many of which received awards at international conferences, and has been recognized with multiple international honors, including National University Best Researcher Award 2020-21, National University Best Academic Excellence Award 2021-22, Best Professor in Pharmacy, July 2023, Best Teacher Instructor Award for multiple times. He is a recipient as a life member of IPA, IPGA, APTI, and many others. Professor Khan has reviewed more than 60 journals, and he presented as speaker in international scientific platforms. He is also listed among 2% scientists prepared by Stanford authored based on Scopus citation in 2021 to 2024. So with this introduction, I will request Professor Salam Khan to start his session today. Sir, over to you.
Thank
Sir,
you.
can
Thank
you hear
you,
us?
Dr. Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me? Hello,
Yes,
can you
yes,
hear
sir.
me?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Pradeep, or Dr. Pradeep, for the generous introduction. You made so long. I mean, thank you. I'm really honored to be with you today. Dear participants, I know, you all
Welcome,
are
sir.
young faculty members who are like joined the professor in pharmacy in the past 5 or 6 years. That's my understanding. I'm sorry if some of our senior members. Today, I'll be talking about the from the uh, perspective of outcome-based education, which Indian Pharmacy Council has recently rolled out. So I'm going to share my PPT, and then we can, okay. Just confirm that you can see my PPT. unmute yourself. Anyone can speak and confirm.
Yes, sir. The slides are visible, sir.
Fine. And then they are moving also as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, sir. It's moving.
Okay, fine. So without any further delay, let's get started. Oh, interruption. Yes. So, well, the topic is related to the new B.Pharm curriculum, and I'll be talking about, in general, about content to competence from C to C, but it is making a lot of difference. We will discuss how the new B.Pharm curriculum will transform teaching and assessment, which is based on new OBE curriculum. Uh, Before I begin my presentation, let me give you a brief idea from where I'm hailing, where I work right now. Mr. Pradeep, Dr. Pradeep has just introduced that I work at National University, Oman. Actually, National University of Oman, National University of Science and Technology is in Oman, which is a Gulf country, which is a Middle East country, and it shares its border with the United Arab Emirates, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah. It's a small country, not very far from India, across the sea. So you see, India is here. We usually go this place, 2.5 hours flight from Muscat to Delhi. The population is only 5.49, and good thing is 20% in Indians. Yani every fifth person is Indian, so we speak the Hindi as if we are in India. Uh, we are a multi-campus university. We have 5 campuses. But the pharmacy college is in the Muscat, in capital. We offer Bachelor of Pharmacy, we offer MSc in Clinical Pharmacy, MSc in Pharmacy Administration, and MSc PG Diploma in Pharmacy Practice. And next year we are going to start the PhD as well. Uh, After now, let's move on to the session. I have precisely 54 minutes left. And I believe that after attending the session, after completing the session, the faculty, young faculty members who are attending today, they will be able to explain key concepts of OBE. I'm sure you might be hearing a lot about the OBE from day before yesterday. And you will be able to apply outcome-based education in your teaching into the practice as well. Describe various active learning strategies, what you can use, what you can implement in your institute, and you will be able to use appropriate assessment methods. I'm just keeping 4 outcomes and that's it. Uh, I just want to make this session interactive. Look, I'm not here to just give a lecture, you listen, you forget, and you go home without getting anything. That's not the purpose here. I know it's a 7-day program, and the Bharat technology has done a wonderful job in organizing this program. And I'm thankful to the organizer for this wonderful opportunity. I'm really, I also thank the Dr. Rajashri Nath for this kind invitation. So I don't want you to just listen and go home. I just want you to be interactive, ask question, so that, and I will not be delivering a bookish knowledge. I will be speaking from my experience, what we practice at National University, because we already have outcome-based education. That's why I chose the topic from content to competence. So let's move on. This is the overview of my presentation. I will be speaking about the OBE in general for first 10-15 minutes, then about the session learning outcomes, CLOs, PLOs, PEO matrix. Uh, this is actually the first part of my talk. These introduction and mapping metrics of the session learning, course learning, program learning, and program educational objective metrics. This will be the part 1 of my talk. The second part of my talk, the last 30 minutes or 25 minutes, I'll be talking to you. I'll be sharing my experience as a teacher. How can we have a student-centered learning, or how can we make the teaching more interactive and active? And what are the different assessment tools a faculty member can use? And finally, I will end my talk with the take-home message. So let's begin. See, can you see this cartoon, this slide? It is about an advertisement from a driving institute. And they are claiming that after 15 days, you will able to drive a car. So learn driving in 15 days. So tell me, what is the outcome of the program? What competencies the trainee will have? Any one of you can unmute and please speak. It's fine. Let's interact so that you don't feel bored. Any one of you can unmute and talk to me. Hello. Did you get my question?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone unmute and give the, like, what is the outcome of the program? And let's interact, isn't? Uh, Dr. Pradeep, can the attendees unmute themselves or not?
Yes, sir. They can unmute at any time, sir.
So they should participate, isn't? If they would
Yeah.
like to.
Yes, sir. So I
If
will
they
Yes,
would like,
sir.
request participants.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. My name is Debushmita Paul. I'm an assistant professor from Bharat Technology.
yeah,
So,
fine.
yes, sir. So, first of all, sir, I think you asked the question, what is the outcome of this program, right?
Yeah, that's shown on the slide as well.
Yes, sir. So, the new syllabus on
No, no,
which
no, no,
we
no. This slide. This is the slide. The Driving Institute,
okay.
which claims learn driving in 15 days. So what is the outcome of this training
So the
institute?
institute can produce good drivers who are safe,
Okay.
know the rules.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's what I was asking. See, this driving institute is claiming that a person will learn driving in 15 days. The outcome of this 15 days training is, as she has said, that the person, the learner, will be able to drive a car. Isn't? This is the outcome. He will be a driver. And what competencies the trainee will have, the learner will have? He will know how to change the gears. He will know how to park the car. He will know how to change the lanes. He will know when to apply the brake, when to stop the car, when to accelerate the car. Isn't? That's what they are doing in 15 days. But will he be able to drive on the first day? No. It will be after many sessions. First session he will learn something, and then second session. So after every session he will acquire a new skill. He will learn a new set of skills, and eventually all these skills together will enable him to drive a car. That is the outcome of the program. Similar to a pharmacy program, we are teaching them for 4 years. After 4 years, what competencies, what we want a pharmacist. So the outcome of the program is that we will, like a driver, we will get a pharmacist. Like what competencies he should have? A pharmacist should be able to dispense the drug. He should be able to compound the drug. He should be able to communicate with the patient. He should be able to empathize with the patients. He should be able to arrange the drugs. He should be able to supervise the dispensing of medication, manufacturing of medication, sterilization, and so on. He will be a manager. He will be a service provider. These are the competencies. These are the outcome of the B.Pharm program, similar to a car driving institute.
Just
But
let me add one thing, sir. Good afternoon.
yes, good afternoon.
Yes, just let me add that one more point that the driving must be in safe driving.
Yeah, exactly. He should be able to drive safely as well. Correct. So I'm just trying to compare the driving with pharmacy. So after 15 days, they are producing a driver. But after 4 years, we are producing a qualified and competent pharmacist. We will discuss this. Let the lecture unfold. So now, do all the learner learn at the same pace? I mean, we are different individuals. There will be person who are slow learners. There will be people who will learn very quickly. Some might learn one skill like parking, reverse parking very fast, but the other person will take some time. So we all have, we know all five fingers are different. Similarly, we all are different individuals. So because the learners, they learn at different pace, the the trainer cannot use the same method to teach all. Yani if he is teaching person a particular method, he cannot use the same method for B. He has to change his method of training. It also applies to the pharmacy. We cannot teach the whole batch of 50, 60, 80 students with the same method. We have to keep changing different methods. We have to keep using different techniques so that they work for all. Nobody should be a disadvantage. So, and then finally, once 15 days are over, how we would assess that the person has learned driving? How it should be assessed? Tell me, what is the best way to assess? What should be assessed? I mean, because we are claiming that he will be able to drive, so give him a car and see whether he can drive the car safely or not. If he can drive, he is a driver. Otherwise, he is not. Similarly, at the end of the 4 years, how should we evaluate our pharmacist? All institutes in India, they follow the PCI syllabus. But do you think the quality of all the graduates are same? If they are studying the same curriculum, why they have different set of skills? And do we have a common entrance which are assessing every single graduate? Unfortunately, no. But in America, in Oman, or in other Western countries, we do. After passing the B.Pharm, you have to write a national level exam to prove that you are a competent person. You are ready, like a licensing exam. You're ready to practice. Anyway, I'm just talking about these driving institutes. So as you know, this institute has a mission. All institutes, all educational institutes, they have a mission like that. This driving institute has a mission. What is the mission? To produce competent and excellent drivers. It is their mission. And then their long-term vision is what they want. They want to be best in Kolkata, best in Delhi, or best in India. How they will achieve their vision to be best? They will achieve their vision to be best if they can produce excellent drivers, competent drivers who do not make any accident, who drive safely. And how can they achieve their mission? They can achieve their mission if their training program outcome, yani if their training is perfect, the 15 days are rigorous, and it enables them to produce a driver. Most of them are able to drive after 15 days. And how can they ensure that the drivers are produced after 15 days? If their each session, day 1, day 2, day 3, they have certain outcome. Okay, after first day, they will learn how to park. After second day, they will learn how to check the signals. Number 3, day 3. So every small outcome, every session outcome contributes towards driving. And the success of different drivers contributes to their mission. And their mission, if the mission is achieved, after some time, their vision will be achieved. So everything is linked. Similarly, in a pharmacy college, every single lecture counts. A student comes to the classroom, he attends first lecture, he gains something in a one particular course. And then over a semester, he attends 40, 45 lectures, he gained a little bit knowledge. So whatever he will learn in a particular course, they will contribute toward the program learning outcome. And then these course learning outcome will contribute little towards program learning outcome, and program learning outcome will contribute towards program educational objectives, and program educational objectives will contribute towards the mission of institute, and then mission can be further contribute to the achievement of vision. Everything is linked. I just tried to give you an example through the driving institute. The main aim is with respect to the pharmacy teaching. Furthermore, again, this is a common thing in India and in many other countries. So if instead of asking a person to drive, can we give him a written test? what you will do if there is a car in front of you, if rain is there. We cannot. That is not the right method to assess whether he will be able to drive or not. Similarly, in our assessment method, if our assessment method is not correct, that we cannot assess whether the student, whether the pharmacy graduate has achieved the particular skill or not. For example, you're just one of the program learning outcome is that a student will be able to supervise manufacturing of tablets. And you're asking a question, okay, how you will manufacture tablets, how you will do the coating. You're asking theoretical. Anybody can mug up, can memorize, and write the answer. But the real test should be, assessment should be, give him raw material and let him prepare the granules, tablets, and so on. So assessment method is very important. The training, curriculum, how you teach, how you deliver the content, how you involve the student is also very important. So assessment and curriculum delivery and student involvement. This is basically a triangulation, which is the core of your new outcome-based education. So if you understood this slide, you understand what is the content of the whole section or whole IFDP. So what is outcome-based education? You see the word outcome. What is the final product? So we are designing curriculum, we are teaching based on what we want. For example, usually mothers or housewives, they want to make something, a cake or sweet or something, or mirchi dahi or whatever. They already have a product in their mind. Accordingly, they will collect the ingredient. They will add them in a certain ratio. And if they mix them in a certain ratio, heating, temperature, everything, they know that in the end, whatever the product will be there, and product will be good. So this is basically outcome-based education. There are many definitions of outcome-based education. I will refer to them OBE. One of the common definition is that it is an educational approach which focuses on the graduate attributes, which focuses on the graduate qualities, the pharmacist who will be produced after 4 years. Or you can say them graduate qualities or the outcome. Basically, OBE focus on what a pharmacist, or what a graduate pharmacist will be able to do or perform. He should be able to communicate well. He should be able to dispense the drug, compound the drug, supervise the manufacturing, should be able to do research, should be a team player, and so on. After completing an academic program, 4-year duration, or a course, or a unit. Means there is an outcome after every lecture. There are outcomes after every single unit, after every single chapter, topic. And then there is outcome after completing course. Like if you have studied medicinal chemistry 1 or organic chemistry 1, you should have certain skills. And then once you finish the whole courses, 40, 50 courses, that will lead to a graduate, you will have certain qualities. In the OBE, it is not what we teach. It is what students learn. We basically measure, we basically test what a student has learned. And it is not about rote learning, about memorization, that we ask the student to write answer of this question, and the student who has memorized a lot will write the answer. The person who has understood the concept, who knows how to do calculation, but he couldn't memorize, he hasn't written. So we are testing by a wrong method. So in the OBE, we basically test what students have learned, not what we have taught them. And this OBE is basically a student-centered approach. Student-centered approach. Yani everything, the focus is on a student. The focus is on the abilities, competencies, the skills which a learner will gain, and these competencies should be easily measurable. The outcomes, the final product We should be able to measure his skills. Is he good in communication? We should be able to rate 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. We should be able to rate how good is his dispensing. We should be able to rate the different program learning outcome. Actually, this OBE is a product defines process or product defined process. This whole process is good if the product is good. If your product is not good, it means there is something wrong with the process, with the teaching, with the assessment, with the curriculum. So the final evaluation is based on the outcome of the program. Moving on to uh, how this OBE is better or how it differs from the traditional, the old method of teaching, which is teacher-centered. You know, I remember when I was a student, the teacher used to come to the class. They will come, they will start dictating notes. We will write down the notes, or we will note down the notes from the blackboard. And then lecture is over. She will or he will go home and we will come home and then we will start memorizing. That's the old one. Now the focus has shifted. In Oman, we basically prefer student-centered learning. In America, in Western countries, in European countries, in developed countries, it's always a student-centered learning. But slowly, Indian, Pharmacy Council of India has taken a step and they have also moved towards OBE. So let's see the differences. Traditional teaching approach, teacher-centered. The teacher is in the center, he is the boss, he is controlling everything, he is teaching you, and the students are passive listener. They're just listening. How much we will retain? Very little. So the teacher's role is an instructor. He is the one who is giving you instruction. Do this, do that, do that. You are not using your brain. You are not developing new skills. But in outcome-based approach, learner or student-centered. The teaching is focused on students. And the teacher role is only a facilitator. He will help you do this. He will show you the way. For example, Dronacharya taught Arjun how to use it. And later on, Dronacharya was not telling him, oh, look, there is an eye, there's a bird or something. Arjun was doing everything by himself. So he will just guide you, now hit. He will supervise you like in PhD, the supervisors do. So he is your guide. He is your partner. He is your facilitator, not an instructor. In traditional, focus is on teacher's input. Whatever notes he gives you, whatever books he tells you, you just restrict yourself there. In case of outcome, the focus in learner's output, learner's outcomes. So what you have learned, can you do the titration? Can you clean the HPLC column? Can you measure the absorbance using UV spectrophotometer? Can you synthesize this drug? Can you crystallize? Look, a simple example. If after inorganic chemistry practical, how you will crystallize, how you will purify this particular compound, and the student writing answer, dissolve this in alcohol, heat, and this. And instead of that, it should be tested. Give him impure compound and let him crystallize it. So that's the outcome-based approach. The traditional teaching is content-based, and everything is based on the content delivery, whatever teacher is delivering to you. But in case of outcome-based, it's ability building and skills development. You develop new skills, whether writing skills, whether operating an instrument, whether calculation, molecular docking, whatever. So it's about the skills development. Here, course objective syllabus is rigid. You cannot teach anything outside the syllabus in traditional learning. And the one who scored higher grades is a better student, which is a wrong concept. Here, the learning outcomes allows teachers to be innovative. He can use different methods. He can use different techniques. He can teach you in the field. He can teach you online. You can interact with the teacher anytime regarding the problem. So here, the focus is on mastery and not on the grades. Your grades might be low, but you're an expert in interpretation of NMR, interpretation of IR. You don't memorize. You're not just mugging up the things. So these are the differences. Analyze yourself. When you teach in the class, when you go to the class, how many of the students are satisfied with the teaching? And when you were taught and now you are teaching, what improvement have you made? Have you learned a new technique to make the things simpler? Have you made the class interactive? Students enjoy your class. They want to attend your class. Okay, I must attend this lecture. I like his way of teaching. I like the way he interacts. Have you ever, motivated someone to attend and never to miss your class? These are the things which we have to develop. And this FDP, I called it IFDP because International Faculty Development Program, because there are international speakers also. This FDP should make a change in your life, and then you can make the change in the life of your students. What are the benefits of OBE? It is more directed and coherent curriculum. This thing has already been done by the PCI. I will come to that. How do we measure it? It's basically, it is the curriculum. Through the curriculum, what do you want? What your students will be able to do after studying a particular topic. If it is not adding any value, then this curriculum is not, that particular topic is not required. So student will gain knowledge for sure, cornerstone of any curriculum. And your curriculum is the soul, is the, what you call, it's the main part, main component of your curriculum. And students will learn new skills and they will be able to solve problems. They will be critical thinkers. They will be problem solvers. They will be good managers. They will be good entrepreneurs. They could be new industrialists. They can start a new industry. So that's a good curriculum. We want our students to have knowledge, new skills, and we want them to be problem solvers. They should not rely on their supervisor or teacher. They should be able to solve. They should be able to unfold the whole story. This OBE, it has enhanced clarity, accountability, and purpose. What does it mean? Students already know what they are going to learn, what they will be able to do after attending the lecture or after attending the whole course or the whole program. So there is a very clear thing. Assessment methods are already mentioned. So we should have different assessment methods, not one assessment method. And you should know how they will achieve it. We should have teaching methods, which should be student learning, so you should know how to measure the attainment of CLOs and PLOs, how the student can achieve them, and how to measure the attainment of CLOs and PLOs. The OBE make the curriculum more industry relevant. Industry people, they also know, okay, they are using OBE, so I can pick this student. Placement, because they are aware of you. So it increases the employability, and based on it's a cycle. After the end of the semester, you know how many students they were able to achieve the LOs and how many were not. So it helps you to improve in the next cycle. It will help you to improve your learning outcome. So this is a continuous cycle, and with the help of this, you can improve the curriculum, you can improve the learning outcome, and thus your graduates will be more suited to the current requirement or the future requirement in health care. Okay, this is a slide which shows you what the different pillars of the OBE. I'm sorry, I'm getting a call, that's why I have to put it in silent mode. First, the curriculum starts with designing learning outcomes. You should have in mind what should your final product look like, what qualities he should have. So we design the program learning outcomes first. Based on the program learning outcome, we design our curriculum, we design our program, we structure our program. What are the different courses should be there? What should be the content of each course? Because it is related to the learning outcome. So in the course learning outcome, we make course learning outcome. And then based on the course content or program structure, we select our teaching learning strategies. Based on the teaching learning strategies, we plan our student activities. What activities can student do? Maybe in a lab, maybe in a dry lab, maybe in a lecture. And then based on the student learning, whatever students have learned. So for example, I give you example of car driving. We choose our assessment methods. Which assessment method is best suited for organic chemistry? Look, the method which is used for pharmaceutics, this compounding drug, may not be applicable to organic chemistry. And what is applicable to organic chemistry will not be applicable to pharmacy practice or community pharmacy or pharmacotherapeutic. So you have to choose your assessment method wisely and then obtain the feedback of the students for the continuous quality improvement. These are the different pillars: learning outcome, PLOs, teaching learning strategies, assessment methods of the outcome-based education. Is my pace okay, or shall I slow down?
No, sir, the pace is okay.
Okay, fine, thank you. So we are talking about outcomes. Every course, rather I should say every lecture should have learning outcome, which is SLO, session learning outcome, or lecture outcome, or learning outcome. Every session, every single lecture. And many lectures will make one CLO. Usually a course can have 5 to 7 CLOs ideally. So different lectures will make course learning outcome for one course. And many courses, learning outcomes of many courses, they will contribute to the PLOs, program learning outcome, yani B.Pharm program learning outcome. And the B.Pharm program learning outcome will contribute to program educational objectives, and program educational objectives are linked to the mission. That's how the university ranking improves. So what are they? What is PLO? What is PEO? Actually, let me start with course learning outcome. Course learning outcomes or session learning outcomes, these are the statements which we write in our syllabus that describe what a student should learn and he should be able to do at the end of a lecture or end of the course. After finishing organic chemistry 1, what he will learn. After finishing medical chemistry 1, what will he learn? And then what are the program learning outcomes? These are the statements that describe what a new graduate, a fresh graduate of pharmacy, should be able to do at the time of graduation. This. After completing the 4-year program, what he should be able to do? He should have skills for marketing. He should have skills for industry. He should have skills for clinical pharmacy. And he should have skills to pursue higher education. And then how it differs PLOs from PEOs? Program educational objectives are broad. And these are basically broad statements that basically describe the career and professional accomplishment, where your graduate will be after 4 years or 5 years. Your alumni, they should be in a key positions. So what they will be able to achieve in 4 to 5 years after graduation. So if after 4 or 5 years, your graduates are well placed, all of them are employed, and all of them are in key positions, it means your program is preparing the graduates well. So that's how the cascade, this ladder moves upward. Everything is looked interconnected, and eventually it is linked to the vision and mission of the university, and that's what accrediting body looks at. Employers looked at what are the program objectives, what are the program learning objectives. Do they have any element related to industry, any element related to marketing, any element related to clinical research, any element related to hospital? They will pick you up. That's why employability increases. So I have already told you this. I will not waste much time. So this is the cascade. You have the weekly unit or per lecture outcomes, which are linked to the learning outcomes, and then course learning outcome are linked to program learning outcome. Yes, very important point here, which I forgot. Program learning outcome. It basically have 3 elements, 3 domains. One domain, the student should be knowledgeable, theoretical knowledge. So knowledge is important. The outcome can be divided into 3 domains. Knowledge, they should be able to do something with their hand, that is skill. They should be able to do this. So program learning outcomes have 3 domains: knowledge domain, skills domain, and values, ethics. They should have empathy. They should be honest. They should have integrity. They should not cheat. They should be responsible citizen. They should be good, honest pharmacist. They should not reveal the information of one patient to the another. They should be loyal to the organization. These are the values, and that's the job of the pharmacy educators to teach them during the curriculum. How? They should not manipulate with the data which they are obtaining in the labs. They should help each other, helping nature, you know. So the skills, they should be able to operate machines, titration, and so on. And knowledge, they should have the theoretical knowledge. So these are the program learning. In some places, values are basically attributes, or they can be known with other things, competencies. And then you have POs and then vision mission. This already told you. These are quite broad, very broad. And these are short term, like for one semester CLOs, PLOs is for 4 years. So these are basically short term outcomes, but these two are long term outcome. However, they all are interrelated. They are specific, but they are broad. Like to be a best university in India, to be a best pharmacy college in India. So they are broad and long term. You cannot become a best institute in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. It might take 10, 20, 30 years. So again, just explanation, what I'm trying to tell you. There are many courses, course 1, course 2, course 3, and so on. Each course have CLOs. These different CLOs altogether make towards PLOs, contribute to the attainment of PLOs, knowledge, skill, and values. These are the competencies, and they are linked to the graduate attributes, whatever the quality the graduates will have. Remember, learning outcomes, whether they are at the course level, whether they are at the program level, they should be smart. What do we mean by smart? They should be specific, very specific, short and specific, related to that particular course. You should be able to measure that learning outcome. For example, I'm saying a student should be able to interpret the NMR. How I should be able to measure it? I should give them NMR spectra and they should be able to, oh, this peak is this peak is this. It should be measurable. It should be achievable. Should be, don't keep it like they will discover a new drug. No, it is not achievable. Achievable, which is something the student can achieve. It should be relevant to the course. It should be realistic, and it should be time bound. Yani they should be able to achieve this particular thing in 6 month time, 1 hour, 4 hours, and so on. So your learning outcomes, whether they are written for the course or whether they are for program, they should be smart. LOs should clearly describe what a student will know, what they will understand, and what they will be able to do upon the completion of learning experience or sequence of lectures. Example, by the end of this lesson, look, it is time bound, 1 hour, and transparent. Student-centered, will be able to classify antibiotics based on their chemical structure. Specific, and they are measurable, whether they can classify the drugs or not. And this is achievable. If you are designing your learning outcomes, remember, it should have 3 parts. It should have an active verb. You should select this active verb from the Bloom's taxonomy. There should be an object, and then completing sentence, qualifying phrase. For example, active verb, explain, or discuss, or list, or synthesize, or analyze. Object, the fundamental concepts. So students will be able to explain the fundamental concepts of quantitative analysis, which is qualifying phrase. If you don't write this, it is incomplete. What? Explain the fundamental concepts of what? So that's a completing sentence. And the object is this, very important. And this basically we measure. We measure by the testing, this explain word, discuss word, classification word, and so on. And remember, very important with red, do not use verbs such as understand. How you will measure? The students will be able to understand or will be able to appreciate the pharmacological uses of drug. It's very broad. It is vague. They cannot appreciate. You cannot measure it. They will be aware of. They will be familiar with. Will acquire new knowledge. They will learn. Never use these verbs because they are vague. They cannot be measured. Just to show you a few examples. These are the examples of poorly written learning outcomes. Students will know the elements from the periodic table. It is unmeasurable. Will know the elements, which element they are talking about. Maybe he knows one. He said, I know one element. So this is unmeasurable. Right one should be, Students will be able to identify the elements from the periodic table based on their symbols. You give them symbol Na, Au, Ag, they should be able. This is the correct LO and it is measurable. It's too wordy. Students will be able to apply one of the many theories of psychopharmacology and apply blah, blah, blah. Too wordy, too long. It should be, students will be able to apply theories of psychopharmacology to real world situations. This is the course objective, and this is the section or session or lecture objective. What it's saying, course objective, course learning outcome, students will be able to construct a sentence in English using correct grammar. So it is in English. And what is the objective? Lecture objective. Students will identify counties in UK or red map. Do they align? Do they have a relation? They are irrelevant, unaligned. The correct learning objective should be students will be able to conjugate verbs correctly in the past tense. It matches with this course objective. And lastly, the student instructor will demonstrate or will explain the process of conducting an experiment. Wrong. It is not student-centered. It is teacher-centered. The right one should be students will be able to create their own experiments to test a hypothesis. So this is very important. Just to share with you our program learning outcomes. Our B.Pharm program and use learning outcome. We have PLOs. There are 3 domains. 6 PLOs for knowledge, which focus on the foundational and pharmaceutical sciences knowledge. We have 7 PLOs related to skills domain, which emphasize practical application of including dosage formulation, which a student can do, critical thinking, communication, and clinical skills. And we have 2 values, which is related to ethics and health promotion. And just to show you, share with you, these are our knowledge PLOs, these are our skill PLOs, and these are our values, 2 values. So total we have 15 program learning outcomes of our program. And we have mapped our B.Pharm program learning outcome with the PEOs. Look, K1 match with this learning outcome, the knowledge 2 of PLO map with this. So this is the mapping matrix which we do regularly. And this is our syllabus. When we prepare our syllabus, we write everything, a short description. This is for medicinal chemistry 1 for the fall semester, which is going on. I have 7 CLOs. Look, predict, active verb, physical characteristics. This is the qualifying statement. Relate, explain, analyze, apply. And then how I'm going to measure, how I have mapped them. I have mapped CLO1 is related to PLO domain. Which level? Knowledge at C3 level. How I will assess this? By which assessment method? By midterm exam and by AM7, by final examination. Here I will assess by AM2, which is that assignment, and so on. And then we have mapped them with the graduate attributes. So, and this is our, for medicinal chemistry, I have mapped my course program. These are the program learning outcomes. These are my course learning outcome. I have mapped this course learning outcome is mapping to which part of knowledge? Okay, knowledge 1. And it also mapped to the knowledge 2, means if the student learn this, they will achieve the knowledge 1 and knowledge 2 learning outcome. And then which method I will use for this teaching? Didactic lecture and TBL. Which assessment method I will use and to which graduate attribute it maps. So this is our template in which we show how each CLO is mapped to PLO, PLO to teaching and graduate attributes. And this is for the whole program. Every single course, we have 52 courses. The whole slide is not there. Look, each course is mapped to the PLO. So all PLOs, all courses are mapped to the program learning outcome as well as the graduate attributes. This is the interplay between the courses. If your course is not mapping to any PLOs, then it is not required in the course. It should map, it should contribute towards attainment of a particular program learning outcome in the B.Pharm program. New B.Pharm syllabus, which has been rolled out by the PCI, is that high level structure. Definitely you are going to face the problem. It is basic on competency based requirement like West. It integrates practice and skills. You need time, you need planning, you need to hone your skills, you need to develop your skills to implement this syllabus. It is more aligned towards the industry and community requirement, and it is the national education mandate for accreditation. So these are the few challenges which you will face. Beside this, the faculty will face certain challenges. Why I'm saying so? Because the faculty in India or in any other part of the world, they are multitasker. They wear multiple hats. Their job is not only teaching. They are a teacher. They have to prepare notes. They have to correct the exams. They have to prepare the exams. They have to publish the result. They're also expected to do the research, write research paper, write publications, supervise M.Pharm, supervise PhD, bring grants, isn't their job is to do accreditation, documentation work, clerical work. Their job is not only this, they're another cap. They're event organizer or organizing FDPs, organizing conferences. Their job is also in marketing, recruit students, spread the knowledge so that you get more students. So they're into administration always, attending meetings, curriculum meeting, examination meeting, IQA meeting, student support meeting, proctoring. So a teacher is overburdened. With that, the main aim, the teaching is lost somewhere, which is, and with the new curriculum, and especially you have large classes, it will be difficult to apply the OBE. OBE is usually 15, 20, 30, 40 students you can manage in a lab. But if you have one faculty and 50 students, it's really difficult, it's challenging. And then for 56 students or 100 students, what assessment method are you going to use? You have to correct paper manually. It will kill a lot of time. It will take a lot of time from your schedule. So assessment design is tough, and you have limited time. You have to focus on other tasks assigned to you also. Plus, it all leads to increased workload and stress. You have to cope up with this if you want to live. I know many of us are not into the profession of pharmacy by choice. It is by chance because we got a job, we are into it. Very few, 5%, 10%, they have passion for teaching. 90% they don't. They got the job in teaching, that's why they're doing it. So we educators, if we want to keep up the pace with the changing environment, with the changing technology, we have to develop ourselves, especially the teaching. We have to learn certain new techniques. Like what? I will not focus much. You already know that teaching and learning are the two sides of a coin. And a teacher, if he's a teacher, he should teach. He should not cheat. And a student should learn. Only then he can earn. So without teaching, there is no learning. So they are the two sides of a coin. They are the two wheels of a bicycle or a scooter. If one gets punctured, the other will not function. So they both should work hand to hand. If they are working hand to hand, if the teaching is happening, learning will certainly happen, and success. And if this is happening, it will definitely bring a change in the learner's knowledge. And somebody has said, if your learner has not learned anything, it means he has not been taught anything. So learning is basically a process of acquiring new knowledge, skills, or understanding. And who impart this knowledge? We, teachers, educators. So we should strive, we should work hard to learn new techniques so that we can make the class interesting, we can engage the class. Just an analogy. 100 years ago, we had the base phone, telephones. But now, after 100 years, technology has so advanced that in 2020, everyone is using smartphones. Everyone has gone digital. Banking, wherever you go, we have advanced a lot. But look at our education system. In 1920, we were teaching on a blackboard. People were listening. And still at many places, our education system is like that. It hasn't changed. I'm sorry to say. But no change. How come the technology has changed? People will come and read from the slides. They will dictate notes. They will write on the board. I don't call it a teaching. The problem is with the education system. We cannot teach by one method to a class. We have students from different backgrounds. The students who have a different level. One person is coming from a very affluent family, one person has come from a weaker section, one person has come from village, one person has come from South India. No, cannot have one size which fits all. We cannot use one teaching method which fits all. So especially in pharmacy program where it's a pharmacy professional learning, one size does not fit all, isn't? So we have to change our methods of teaching. Actually, those who change with the time, those who embrace new technology, they are successful. But there are people who are working very hard. They come in the morning, they will prepare the notes and dictate. They're working very hard, but they are not reaping the rewards. They are not tasting the success, because you see, it's so hard and they will hardly do anything. However, if they embrace the technology, you see, it can make their life easy. But many of us do not want to, go outside our comfort zone. We don't want to learn new technologies. We don't want to try them. So definitely, if you will embrace the technology, you will reap the reward for improvement. There are two types of teaching style. The old one, sage on the stage. Guru is on the stage. Traditional classroom teaching. Avoid this. I mean, it should be a blend mix. 20 to 30% should be there, but it should not be 100%. And the other one, which is student-centered. So we should use blend of this. 30 this, 70 this, or 50-50. It's okay. You should keep a balance between the traditional teaching and the student-centered learning, which is also called as active learning approach. The instructor-centered or traditional learning is sage on the stage, lecture method, chalk and talk, teacher-centric, conventional. It's old. His role is a sage on the stage. No more work. It doesn't. Instructor has to prepare the material. The students are passively listening it. You give an assignment, they're doing it. So there you are basically developing only one domain, cognitive. You are not developing your skills, hand, how to do the surgery, how to do the titration, how to do the operate a machine. You're not developing. You're not developing this empathy. You're not developing the values. So problem, passive learning limits critical thinking. You cannot think critically, and real world application is not possible. And also there are studies which suggest that passive learning, students maximum can learn 50% of what is being said, or after watching movies and demos. But active learning, 90% of what you do can retain by practicing it. So it clearly says that learners retain more information in active learning as compared to the passive learning. And John Dewey has said, educationist, if we teach today's students as we taught yesterday, actually we rob them of tomorrow. This is Generation Z. They are way step ahead of us. They use ChatGPT. How can you use them from 2020 or 15 notes? You cannot. You have to update yourself. You have to bring something new, something change in your teaching methodology. And it is landscape of education is changing from the traditional content for memorization from rote. Now we are moving towards the role shift, teacher as a knowledge giver, learning facilitator, because students, they want personalized learning. They want to learn at their own pace. I want to learn only this thing, so he can watch the video again and again. So skill based, I want to learn this skill. That's what Byju's and other people, they were so successful in, or Akash, in imparting personalized learning. And that's why many students, they joined this. There are studies which clearly suggest that, like meta-analysis and this international journal, that student-centered learning are far better than the lecture learning. Look, there are evidences that class-based learning, flipped classroom teaching, case-based learning, or simulation are better than the traditional learning. So student-centered learning, all the three domains are developed. It promotes overall, like I will say, 3H. H, H, H. It developed 3H. What is H? The cognitive head. Your brain will develop. Cognitive skills will develop. Your H, second, hard. Your heart. You will show empathy. You will, share. You will gain the trust of the patient. That's a factor. And third, H is your hand. You're skilled. You can do the things by your hand. So student-centered learning help in development all the three domains, while passive learning doesn't. It can empower students to become active, engaged, and independent and lifelong learner. They will keep on learning forever because new drugs come into the market every other day. These are the different techniques which one can use. You can try one of them. Active learning, inquiry-based learning, team-based learning. I usually prefer this. Flipped classroom, mnemonics, and gamification. I practice them in my course. I think I don't have much time. Otherwise, I can go through each one of them. But I can share with you the PowerPoint slides. You can go through this because time is limited. I cannot go through them. If you want, if you have time, I can go through. Let me know. Pradeep, Doctor, do I have 5-7 minutes?
Yes, sir, you
Yes,
have
sir.
some
Yes, you can
time.
continue.
Otherwise, like if you have some other session planned, then I can skip the slides and I can go to the last part.
No, sir. You may continue, sir. We have
I may
time, sir.
continue. Thank you so much. So this
Yes, yes,
technique is very
definitely.
simple. What you do, you just in the class uh, give a problem to the students. For example, you taught one topic. For example, manufacturing of tablets, excipients, and after that, you throw a question. Make a pair, like let them discuss particular problem. One person get the answer and then let him discuss with the partner, and then they share their knowledge with the class. So this will help them think, and afterwards you tell them the right answer. The other could be role play, real world application. Let one be a patient, the other one is a doctor, and let one person be a pharmacist. So read prescription and then you dispense the drug and you counsel the patients. So example could be pharmacist dispensing drugs to a patient. You can use problem-based learning, especially for deeper understanding. It is can be used for drug interaction scenarios. In problem-based learning, you have a team of students, 5 to 10 members, depending on that. You give a problem, for example, diabetes mellitus. Give a case that a person was suffering from diabetes mellitus. He was taking this drug, and then his kidney failed. So now what happens? Give it to the students problem and let the student know what are the terminologies used, what are the new drugs, what was the case. So in this case, teacher will be there, and if they are diverting from the main theme, he will guide them. No, no, go back. So that's how the student will learn at their pace. They will Google it. They will search what are the drugs, what are their use, what are the drug interaction. So it will involve every single student in problem-based learning. Another one could be case-based learning. We give different cases, discuss in the class. You can discuss a hypertensive patient's therapy plan and rational drug use. You can plan a lot of case-based studies. Another would be project-based learning. I like this, team-based learning and flipped classroom. In team-based learning, what we do, before the class, for example, tomorrow I have a lecture on antibiotics. So a day before or a week before, you provide them handout, PowerPoint, or a research paper, anything on that topic. Let a student read them. Let a student read that paper which you have provided material. When they come to the class, take a quiz, which is called IRED, Individual Readiness Assurance Test. We do it online, 5 questions, objective type, and students will answer. They will not know the right answer. They will just do it. You have their score online. And then you pair them. You make a team, 4 or 5 students in one team. Again, give the questions based on the case, the same material. And let them discuss and answer the questions online. And then you will have a result which team A, B, C, D has done better. And then you tell them the right answers. That this is it. You give them the right explanation. So in this way, you are not teaching. It's their job. And now you're clarifying their doubts. So it's the best in the pharmacy curriculum. Team-based learning for pharmacology and for pharmacotherapeutics. And then flipped classroom is similar to the TBL. But what we do, we post online lecture. I used what you call Google NL book to prepare the the videos. I post the videos. The students watch the videos, and then when they come to the class, they do the activity. I give them problems. They solve in the class, and if they do it properly, and I will be around helping them. Okay, no, you are not doing correctly. See, watch the video again. do it. So that's how we complete the syllabus. You can read, as this is what I told you, pre-recording, pre-reading on availability and class, solving pharmacokinetic problems. There could be simulation based, you can use softwares, you can use mannequins, you can use software for dispensing drugs to find out the drug interaction, you can use Kahoot, you can use Mentimeter, you can use Google Forms to take the feedback in the class, last 5 minutes of the class. Nowadays, AI has entered into the pharmacy. Don't stay behind. Use AI in your pharmacy education to make the teaching interesting, whether it is drug design, pharmacovigilance, or virtual patient simulations. We also have these AR VR tool, which is augmented reality and virtual reality. Before doing an experiment, students see the video, how it should be done. They are taking salicylic acid, acetic anhydride, mixing them, heating them, and getting the acetyl salicylic acid. So it's really integration of the technology. But remember, use technology to enhance the learning, but not to replace the traditional. Traditional cannot be replaced. 30 to 40% will be there. You may use some tools to prepare your teaching, like lecture preparation for ChatGPT or Gemini. Grammarly, you can use gamification, Mentimeter, Kahoot I mentioned. You can use Quizlet AI and so on to embed in your teaching. Last part, which is about OB assessment. We should be clear as a teacher what I should assess. Like driving, I should be able to assess, he should be able to drive. So in organic chemistry, medical chemistry, pharmaceutics, I should know what should be assessed, what a student should achieve after completing the course. So assessment methods are very important. What is the best method to enable learners to demonstrate achievement of learning outcomes? You can have formative assessment, yani every week, they do not have any weightage. You can give them the feedback. You can have summative exam, end of the semester exam, which could be MCQs, short answer questions, descriptive questions, matching question, filling question, assertive reasoning question. So they should have variety of questions, not one or two types of descriptive question. And there could be skill-based questions as well. Direct, we can have the direct assessment where we have exams, assignments, tests, quizzes, which measure the outcome directly. We can have final year B.Pharm project, Viva OC presentation. Again, it measures the outcome of outcome-based assessment directly. Laboratory reports, they are direct measurement. However, indirect, you are not taking exam, but industrial training. After industrial training, you are taking feedback of the trainer. You are doing exit surveys. How much you have learned? You are asking the student. How you are asking the employer. How much our students are good in dispensing? And you can do the course surveys to measure the outcome of a particular course or a program. Unfortunately, our current education system is that we give same exam to all of them. Is it fair with them? For a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. Is it fair with all? Our students, they are different. So we should have exam components which should be different as well. There should be a mix of theoretical, objective, subjective, matching, fill in the blank, reasoning, and so on. And at different, they should not be based only on recall. Recall will not give you who is good and who is bad. Just to show you what we do, this is my midterm exam. Out of 7 CLOs, I tested only 5 CLOs in the midterm. And there were 50 MCQs. So what we do, every question was matched to CLO. So question 1 was targeting CLO 1. Question 8 was for 2, and so on. We provide this. And similarly, the other questions. And then we get the result overall. The CLO 1, this is the overall class. There were CLO 1, the achievement, 77.84% students were able to achieve the CLO 1. 76 were able to achieve the CLO 2, and so on. 85% they were able to apply the prodrug concept. So we know for the whole class, and we also know for individual student. For example, this girl or this boy, see the score, he achieved this much CLO 1, but this student number 3, she could not pass because our passing mark is 70. She was not good in predicting. So I know now from this evaluation that this section is weaker. So next time, or I can call her and give her extra lecture to improve in these 2 particular domains. So that's how we can improve next time, and we can help the student. your this particular topic is weak, you focus more on this. So that's what we do. Take home message: there is no single specified type of teaching or assessment in OBE. You have to try and test. All educational activities for your new curriculum should help the students to achieve the set goals. You may adapt the role of instructor, trainer, facilitator, or mentor based on whatever outcome you are testing. And finally, the best teacher among you are those like Dronacharya who show you where to look, but they don't tell you what to see. And eventually, technology, AI, don't run away from it. Use it. Don't discourage your students to use it. Guide them. Technology won't replace teachers, but the teachers who use technology will probably replace those who don't. With this, I end my talk. Oman is a beautiful country. You can see the picturesque slice here. Please do visit. It's only 2.5 hours from India, and I'll be more than happy to host you here. Thank you so much, and I will be happy to take any questions if you have.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative session. We have some questions from the participants. So,
Yeah, yeah.
sir, if
I'm
you
sorry for the taking 10 minutes extra because I was supposed to finish at 4 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. Oman time.
sir, no
So, but
problem, sir.
I'm
It's
really
our
sorry.
pleasure. No problem, sir. It's our pleasure. So, one of our participants has asked about the Bloom taxonomy level, sir.
Yes,
So,
yes.
if you can kindly elaborate on this.
Look, Bloom's taxonomy level, there was the old one and then a new version. It basically, there are 7 levels for each domain, whether it is knowledge, whether it is a factor or psychomotor. So the lower levels is like higher order thinking and lower order thinking. So Bloom's taxonomy is like a triangle. You have a broad base and it goes narrow. So in first year, usually you should ask questions based on recall. What is the use of this drug? What is the definition of this? They are based on recall. So recall, memory, comprehension, understanding. But as you should move on, the syllabus should be horizontally and vertically integrated. As you are progressing from year 1 to year 2, year 3 to year 4, your knowledge is increasing. So challenge should also be more. In this higher year, you should ask the higher order thinking questions, yani critical thinking question, analysis question. So you have comprehension, you have recall, comprehension, you have comparison, you have what you call the analysis, synthesis, and so on. So the question should become difficult as you progress. Make sure that your question paper is not only comprehension or recall. It should have all the components. In year 4, it should be higher order thinking question, HOTS. But in the lower level, first year, second semester, second year, most of the questions are knowledge based.
Thank you, sir. I hope the participant's query has been resolved by sir excellently. There is another question, sir. Our participant is asking about the importance of communication skill in pharmacy education.
Very important.
Yeah.
We have look for in pharmacy, our entry requirement is English testing, IELTS or TOEFL. So only a student with a IELTS score of 6.5 can be admitted into B.Pharm program, which is not there in India. But in spite of that, do you know that we teach 3 courses in English in B.Pharm? We have one course in communication skills. We have a course on entrepreneurship. So communication is very important. If there is a student is not able to communicate, it's a soft skill. We all need that skill. So it should be strengthened. And I think in the new PCI syllabus, they have this component, something communication skill. I have not gone through all courses, but Python is there, and
Yeah.
AI is there. Some softwares are there, but English, I'm not sure. Maybe it is there. But communication is really important. We should strive hard to improve our language, our skills, soft skills, empathy, sympathy. You should be able to communicate with the patients effectively.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I will request our technical team to share the certificate. as a token of appreciation for sir. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable time with us. Sir, can you see the
Yeah,
certificate
I
from?
can see. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate. I wish this session could have been a little longer because I was a bit fast. I couldn't do justice in 1 hour. This session usually takes 2 hours, because I thought if I just focus on the PLO, CLO, you will miss the second part. And if I focus on the teaching, you will miss the first part. That's why I tried to give you an overview of both the techniques. Anyway, thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Somebody asked my telephone number. My email address is given on the last slide. So I can be reached on my email anytime. And I can write in the chat if you wish, but it's on the last slide, it was given.
So there is another question from
Yes.
Durga Srinivasarao Manapelli. So he's asking,
Okay. Yes, in the chat box, I can see the question.
yeah, sir, yes, sir.
What basis we can assign number for course outcome? Like, oh, okay. No. Suppose you are teaching a course, let's say organic chemistry. Now, organic chemistry 1, if it is in first semester or second semester, wherever it is, each course should have course learning outcome or course outcome. Every single course, it can have 5 to 7. For example, organic chemistry, what do you want your student to learn in your course? You are the best person. Yeah, my student, the course learning outcome 1 should be the student should be able to recognize the different functional groups. One learning outcome, and that you can measure. Give them a structure, ask them which functional group is this. Second learning outcome could be students should be able to predict the reaction product of alcohol with this. So here in this way, you can make your own CO1, CO2, CO3, CO4. Program learning out, the course learning outcome are designed by the course instructor, but the program learning outcome, which are fixed, are made by the program development team. So you have to design your course learning outcome in such a way that they are aligned with the program learning outcome. And later on, once you have 5 learning outcome, you can map your first CLO. Okay, where does it match? Does it match with the knowledge? Does it match with the skill domain? Does it match with the value domain? For example, third skill, a third learning outcome in your organic chemistry for Dr. Durga, for you, students should be able to synthesize acetyl salicylic acid and purify it. Now, this is a skill. So this will be mapped in the program learning outcome under skill. And then if you are one of the course has, a student should be able to write, analyze the cases. Then it should match with somewhere in the skill. He will develop analysis skill. So every single course will have course learning outcome, and every single learning outcome should be mapped with the program learning outcome. Only then you can make a network and you can say, yes, our students are ready for tomorrow.
Thank you, sir, for elaborating the question. I hope the question or query by a participant has been resolved. So I don't think there is any other question.
Somebody asked for my email or contact number. Shall I write my email? Was there on the last slide. If you want, I can type here. It's SHH. It's here. I have written here. You can reach me anytime if you have any query or any clarification needed. I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay then.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure interacting with you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Same to you, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
So with this, we conclude our today's session. I also congratulate and thank you all the participants for their patience learning. So our day 3 is ends here, our FDP, and from day 4 will start from 11 a.m. onwards. Thank you all of you. So we end here our program.